Okay, Rick is going to show us how we're going to make our supper. He makes the meals all the time, and so I'm very thankful for that. He does a wonderful job. He does a lot of the camp chores. He sets a tent up. He goes gets water. He says he loves to get water, filter water.
I do. One of my favorite things to do.
So I am very spoiled.
Not so
that
spoiled.
He takes care of all that kind of stuff for me.
So this is what we call the stove. Believe it or not, when camp hikers refer to a stove, that's it. That's it. That's a stove. That simply screws in the bottom or on the top of this canister. Make sure that's off. And this is a brand is a Soto. It's a Japanese stove. It's called a Windmaster. So it's really performs very well in wind, even without a shield. That's why we chose this one, or why I chose it. Why did you do that?
Get it a little closer to you so I can see you and the stove.
Okay. All right. So this opens up, and it's kind of like a little scissors action here. You squeeze that, and that opens up. Goes around the stove, the burner, and voila. You've got, this one has 4 arms, so for a larger pot like this one's 1,600 milliliters. And the reason we have a bigger pot is because there's 2 of us. And oddly enough, we eat out of this same pot. So there's only one dish to wash after every meal. This thing that I'm taking the pot out of, what's that called, Sherry?
Cozy.
And what's the purpose of that cozy?
Once you heat the water up in that and you set it in there, it's like an oven. It keeps it hot and it continues to cook whatever we put in there.
So tonight we're having, this is our meal. My camp coordinator puts the days on here so we know that this is a day's meal. This is all our food for one day. So this is day 2. Actually, this would be like what we would have for a full day, starting from morning to evening. So we each get 2 bars. So we'll
Don't lay them on the floor.
We'll eat those, one in the forenoon and one in the afternoon. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have grits for breakfast. There's 4 packs of grits, and then Sherry also has some bacon bits we'll put in there to eat with those grits. But tonight, we're having the special. We're having the bomb, the Raman Bomb. So the Raman Bomb is a package of ramen noodles and instant mashed potatoes, and then there's some seasoning in there. I'll show you that. So that's what we're having. But first, and then we garnish that with this is yellowfin tuna. So good.
Sometimes we get chicken or salmon.
Yes, and we like all of those in there as well. So this goes back in for tomorrow. And this is our meal for tonight. So I've got a collapsible cup here, and this is what I prefer instead of the metal cup. This it's less bulk, so that's important to me. And then it also has measuring marks on the inside, so we know that we need 4 cups of water. So this holds 16 ounces exactly. This is filtered water, and as Sherry said, filtering water is one of my favorite chores. I love to filter water. I don't know why, but I do. So we pour that in. I learned early on, you pour the water in on the ground, not on here. If it tips over, it makes a mess, and you may have to make an additional trip down to the creek to get water. There we are. Just that simple. Whoops. Set this on top. And then open the gas valve here. It's got an igniter. This little stove is pretty phenomenal how quickly it cooks. This is our trash bag, so all of our trash has to be packed out. Can't leave this, I'm not supposed to burn it. And we have to hang this up in the tree in our bear bags because the mice will smell that. And the mice, also known as micro bears, and they're terrible. They do so much damage to your gear. There's a little lid here, and we have handles that fold out. So we're set to go. It takes about, I should time it again. I think it takes about 3.5 or 4 minutes, depending on the temperature, the ambient temperature. It's pretty warm today. I think it was up about 68 degrees when we got off trail here. So we'll just pause this for a little bit and then come back to you. So here we are, we've got boiling water, and believe it or not, that's what we call cooking right here. We boil water, we'll shut that gas off. Okay, now works best if we take this off of there. Let's just set it in the cozy right away. And that retains heat so that that it cooks better. Sherry just, when we go to the grocery store and get the packages of ramen noodles and potatoes, she puts that in a Ziploc. That works so much better. It's less trash out on the trail that we have to pack out on the trash bag. And she'll save that and reuse it now. We need a spoon. We have special spoons that we use on trail. We prefer the metal. These are titanium, and they have a polished bowl, which is a lot more pleasant on your inside of your mouth. So you just kind of stir this up. We like black pepper, so we add a lot of black pepper. We brought salt and pepper, but this seems to have plenty of sodium. We have discovered we haven't had to add much except maybe to the grits, right? I think that was the only thing. I need to put the packet of seasoning in there. I usually put that in the water first. I didn't do that this time, but I usually do. And then we just stir that up. Now, you may not think that really looks that great, but I'm just telling you, to Sherry and I, it's the bomb. And we will thoroughly enjoy eating this, so we'll get back to you here after a little bit. I'm going to put the lid on that and let that cook. Okay, so I think this is ready now. Take the lid off. Now this lid, this cozy, was made by somebody very special. Sherry made this. And take the lid off. There you can see what we've prepared. We call this cooking on trail. That's really all that it amounts to. And a little bit of tuna in there. And we want to be especially careful to get everything out of there because it's all we've got. Now, it may just look like mashed potato goo to you, but to us, it's the bomb. So, all we really need, you can see there's nothing black in there, so we know we need pepper. But let me taste it, see how good it is. Perfect. And the crazy thing is, that is so hot, we're going to have to let it cool down. That cozy really works well. So, hope you enjoyed watching.